Hi YouTube, Unkert here. In this video, we're going to talk about strings in Python. So let's create a new file and let's call it strings.py. And we'll start to create some strings. Okay, so we'll say my str for string. And we can do this in double quotes. This is a string. We can do another string, so my string 2, and we can do it in single quotes and say this is also a string. Okay, and we can print these out. So we could print my string, and we could print the other string as well. Okay, so let's bring up a terminal. And we'll do Python 3 and then the strings.py. And we see those print out, whether you have double strings or single strings. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff. And what we can also do is we can access a string based on its index. So if I want to access the first letter in the string, I can go my str in the variable, and I can access index 0, and that's going to be the first letter in the string. So let's do that and run that and just show you. So we have the uppercase T. We can also access the last letter in the string with my str, and then we can pass in a -1 here. Okay, and we can do that, and we get the G. Okay, so the last letter. We could also use a function to find the length of the string. So we could print, and then we can use this length function. So we can type len and then my underscore string. Okay, and we open up a terminal and we run this and we get 16. So that's counting the spaces. It's 16 characters, meaning the last index is 15. So we could print the last index with my str and then pass in 15. Let's actually type 15 there. And here we go. And we get G also. We could also access the last index in the string with print and then do my str, and then I could pass in the length function here of my string and subtract 1 off of it. Okay, and that's another way we could print out the last character of the string. Okay, so we get the last character again. Okay, so that's some ways to print out indexes of strings. We can also put escape characters into strings. So if I wanted to have the string tabbed over, I could do a /t as an escape character. And when I run this now, well, nothing happens because we haven't printed anything out. But if I print my string, well, now it's tabbed over, as you can see. Okay. We could also give a new line character. So we could do a new line character within the string. And so this would add an extra new line at the beginning and the end of the string here. And if we do that, we get those new lines there, as you can see in the terminal. Okay, we can also escape and create a backslash. So if I do a double backslash, that'll give me a backslash. So now when I run this, there'll be a backslash at the start of the string, as you can see. Okay. We can also do double quotes within a string with escape characters. So even if we have double quotes, we could escape and put the double quotes around the string. And then if I run this, we've got this is a string in double quotes. Okay. Likewise, if we had a string that had single quotes, we could also escape the single quotes And if we do that, we've got the single quotes. Now, if I didn't have these escape characters in the same type of quotes, let me show you what happens here. Okay. So now, if I run this, we get an error because it thinks the string ends here, and then this other string starts here, and then there's something in between. Okay. All right. So we want to have the escape characters there. Okay. All right. We can also do some string slicing. So let me get rid of these escape characters here. Okay, and what we can do is, let's say we want to print this. Well, I can start at index 0, and then let me try 1, 2, 3, and let's see what happens. Okay. So close. Okay, so what happened? Because the S is at index 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. But when you do string slicing, it doesn't include this stop. So the basic overview of string slicing is you have a start, you have a stop, and then you can also have a step. Okay? So what we can do if we want to print this is we can do 0:4, the index after the S. Okay, and then if we run that, we get this. Okay, we can also reverse a string with the step. Okay, so let's get rid of that, and we'll do ::(-1). Okay, and now if I open the terminal, you see it's reversed the string. It's printed it backwards with string slicing, so it's made it go backwards. We could even step over various parts of the string. So we could do, if I leave the blanks between the colons, the start and the stop is the beginning and end of the string, and we could do a step of 2 if we wanted to. Okay, and we see it jumps over the H, jumps over the S, jumps over this I, and so on. Okay. We can also concatenate strings. Okay. So let's say we were taking in some user data here, and we had people enter in their first name, right, on some form, and we had people enter in their last name on some form. But putting the data into a database, we wanted the full name. Well, what we could do is we could say full_name equals first name, and then concatenate on the last name, and also concatenate a space in between the first and last name for formatting. And we can do last name here, and then we could print the full name. Okay, so we could do that. All right, and if we do that and run it, we've created a variable from concatenating technically 3 strings. Okay, so that's a bunch of things that we can start doing with strings. I hope you found this video interesting. It's certainly not all-inclusive with what you can do in strings. It's just the beginning. But if you did find it interesting, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.